Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in for this video. I love doing these top 10 favorites videos because it's where I pick a brand that I am really familiar with. Obviously, if you're going to pick like top 10 favorite items, you know, maybe you haven't tried everything in the brand, but you know, you are familiar with a lot of the items. So I've already done these videos on Revlon, Wet n Wild, e.l.f., and now today I'm doing it on Milani. And the reason why I chose my timing to be this way for this brand was because I just found out, thanks to some loyal viewers and subscribers and whatnot, that Milani is now available on cherryculture.com. Most of the brand is on there. So if you, I've heard from a lot of people, you know, I've highly recommended some Milani products, but then I hear, oh, it's not in my drugstore, and that really makes me feel bad. So I was so excited to know that many of these items, pretty much everything, maybe except for one item that I'm going to mention here, is available on cherryculture.com. So that's really great news. So I'm so glad that you all will have access to that again. So anyway, let's get started. I'm going to just run you through my top 10 favorite items, and I don't have these really ranked in any specific order. Just I'm going to start off with the face products. First is the Milani Sunset Duos. What these are a blush and bronzer in one. So you're going to see that I've hit pan in a lot of these items, and so I think that's a testament to how good these really are. This one that I'm showing you, I have these in about 3 different colors, but this is probably my favorite in Sunset Breeze, and it's kind of a medium tone bronzer with a plummy colored blush that actually has some shimmer to it. Of these two things, obviously it's the bronzer that I enjoy a little bit more. What I like so much is the fact that it's a matte bronzer, and I've talked about time and time again how a matte bronzer is a really good thing to have in terms of getting that all over, just kind of deepening your complexion a little bit while still looking natural because you don't have shimmer and glitter all over your face. So this is a great thing to have in your collection, and if maybe you're not a huge blush person but you do want a little something to use, that's a great blush color as well. I love that pretty kind of shimmery plum shade. So if you're trying to get kind of a 2-for-1 thing going, grab one of these. These are really nice products. Now, another item that I'm going to suggest here that is kind of similar to this. You'll notice it's a little bit, it's got a little, a little different tone to it. It's got a little bit more of a peachy / a little bit more orangey tone to it, and this is the Milani powder bronzer. You can see it's got kind of that like little floral print on it, and this one that I have is in light. And you might think, I mean, I feel like I have a medium skin tone, but I got this in light and it really works well. It's just, you know, you can kind of take your pick. It's a lot like the Sunset Duos. It's just, you know, a little bit warmer, and you don't get the blush with it. So if you're not at all concerned about having this blush, you might want this. But I love either of these products. I will throw them into my makeup bag for work on any given day, and you know, they're just great to use. And this, well, if you look up really closely, you might see a hint of like a little bit of a pearly glow to that, but overall it really gives off a matte look all over your face. That shimmer really does not come through a whole lot like it does on some bronzers. So anyway, there is a couple of great bronzer options for you. My number 8 product is the Milani Glimmer Stripes. I have these in a couple shades as well, but the one that I'm featuring here is in Berry Glimmer. And you can see I did an eye tutorial on this. I think I called it was one of my teen tutorials called Multi-Purpose Pink. And I basically went through and I used all these on the eyes, and I used them all over the face as well. So these are really versatile colors, and the formulation of these colors in the Glimmer Stripes, which there's also like a bronzy one too, there's several different tones, but this is very similar to the Milani single eyeshadows, and those are very popular for their texture, their color payoff. So you use these and you get some more, you know, a palette of basically 5 unique eyeshadow colors, which are so pretty, and I mean, they've just got a gorgeous hue to them. They go on great. They're so much fun to, you know, blend and make up your own little eye look with them. But at the same time, you put a fluffy, you know, all over face brush in this, and you've got a nice rosy toned highlighter. So basically it's another one of those products where if you want to cut corners and get sort of a 2-for-1 thing going, you know, perhaps maybe the bronzy tones would be more for you, where you get some browns and some cream colors and golds and things like that. If you think, hey, I'm looking for eyeshadows in those colors, but I can also use this all over my face as my highlighter, you're good to go. So I love products that do more than one thing. The next thing I want to talk about is something that I've mentioned in so many videos, I don't even know. It's the Milani Minerals Blush in Mai Tai, okay? So this is the way it's packaged is you've got this little part that lifts up the actual pan, and you get a mirror on the other side and a little brush that I really don't use, so I can't really talk that brush up too much, but this is great. This is a great color. It is all about color. There is not like a bunch of filler and shimmer in this. This is such a pigmented blush. I have that on right now, and I use it most days, I would say. And I love the fact that it's a peachy pink. It is, I think, universally flattering on pretty much any skin tone. And if somebody asks me what is a good natural blush that is actually going to help me see a difference in the way I look, give me that look of health and energy and a really vibrant look, I would suggest this more often than not. So anyway, that's the Milani Minerals Blush in Mai Tai, and those are available for sure on Cherry Culture as well, as is everything I've talked about so far, except I think maybe the powder bronzer in Light. I'm not sure that that's on there yet. They may be still building some of that up, but anyway, the next two products, and I'm counting these separately, are the Crystal Gloss. I have two of them that I want to talk about. This one is the one I have on, and it is in... It's worn off because I've used it so much. The label used to be like printed right on there, but this is in Summer Baby, I think it's called, and I have that on my lips right now. What this is a gorgeous shimmery pinky gold gloss. So it's like you're getting a light kind of neutrally pink with some pretty gold undertones. Another added bonus for these crystal glosses, ooh, I just got it on my nose. They smell like absolute, like a vanilla frosting or something. I don't know. They just have one of the greatest scents of any lip gloss that is not meant to be scented. You know what I mean? They're not promoting this as like, oh, wonderful smelling lip gloss, but it just has that, you know, universally sweet kind of really nice scent to it. So I love that. So that one is Summer Baby. And then I have a coral one here called Tantalizing, and I did not see this one on the website, but I do have it in my drugstore. So if you have access to this in stores, maybe keep an eye out for this one. You can see that's a gorgeous coral with, again, some kind of golden undertones, and I believe it has that same scent. Yes, it does. It's so pretty. I love how these glosses go on because you really get color with them. You know, it's not just one of those super sheer, all you're going to see is shimmer. You know, I feel like I've got that pinky golden glow that really sets off the rest of the face with this one that I put on. So, and this one is also a real face brightener too with that coral tone. Alrighty, so we got the lip glosses out of the way and the face products. Now we're going to move on to the eye products. Milani is known for having some fantastic eye products, especially in terms of their single eyeshadows. I hear them, you know, compared to matte continually as, you know, a kind of a duplicate product, and they run, you know, only a few dollars a piece, and you're getting great quality, great color payoff. Trying to think of what else I can say about these that I mean there's really no drawback to these in my opinion. So I just wish maybe they had even more color selection, because I think they could really sell these products because they are so great. But anyway, I've got three individual Milani eyeshadows to tell you about. The first one is Illusion. I've used this from time to time in some tutorials. Hopefully it's coming off so you can sort of see it there. But what this is a really pretty light pink with golden tones to it. I don't know if you can see as I hold my finger there, but you're getting like a light shimmer, but it goes from pink to gold. So it's not going to necessarily look the same in all different kinds of light, but it's a really unique color. You can see if I kind of turn it back, you're seeing more pink and then more gold head on. So love that shade so much. Another one that I love, for just a dark shade in the crease or even as a liner shade is Java Bean. So here you're looking at a pretty much medium to deep brown with some shimmer to it. And when I say shimmer, all of these three that I'm going to show you have some shimmer to them, but it's not chunks of glitter and sparkle. You're seeing more of a sheen, more of like a pearly tone to it. If I get a little swatch of that on my finger, you can see it's just that gorgeous, gorgeous warm brown finish there. And then the last shade I want to tell you about in terms of the singles is Flare. And this is kind of like an orangey copper, and I love using this shade. If I were going to put these three shades together for a look, I would do Illusion all over my lid, which is the light shade. I would do Java Bean in the crease and maybe a little bit of the outer V, and then just to warm up this area right up here as it kind of fades up to your brow or into a highlight shade, I would use Flare, which is just a really, really warm shade, and I like using it super sheer. There it is right there on that finger there, and you're looking at it, you're probably thinking, you know, metallic orange, what? You know, that doesn't really make sense, but you put it on really sheer, you get this nice warm wash of color. If I were to do it, let me just go ahead and grab a brush right now and kind of show you what I'm talking about. You just get a little on the brush, use it kind of as your crease shade sort of fades up into your highlight shade, and you get just this really pretty warm wash of color. I love how that works. It's a really, again, a unique shade, and you wouldn't think of using it like that, but it actually turns out really natural, so I love that. Okay, got to get through this now. I've got one more product to share with you, and I have done a tutorial using this palette, and I love how versatile it is. I mean, I talk about loving to have a product where it can do more than one thing, and this is it. This is the Fashion Shadow in Catwalk. It's the Runway Eyes collection. And you can see what you have to work with here. You could do a smoky eye using the white, the silver, and the black. You can add some color to it with the blue or this kind of ruby shade. And then you've got this pretty kind of bronzy gold to throw in the mix. So you could go so many directions with this palette. And I was able to do a look where I incorporated, I believe it was the white, the red, the blue, and the black, and it really turned out cool. So this is probably my favorite out of the Runway Eyes collection. However, they do have some other really cool looking palettes there too, and you can find it on Cherry Culture. So anyway, guys, that is my top 10 favorite Milani products. I hope you're all excited about having that opportunity to find those items online now. And hopefully this video gives you some ideas of some good things to look for. So thanks again, guys, so much for watching this tutorial. Not this tutorial, this video, and have a great day.